You are Gentleman George.
Yes, I am.
And you are responsible for sponsoring this event,
Yes,
correct?
we are. Yeah, yes, we are.
And this is Cowboy Fast Draw in the Fort Worth Stockyards. How long did you work to get it here?
We started last year in about August, talking with people in the stockyards and looking around and seeing what the possibilities even were, if they would even, want to host us or let us host one here.
How's it been so far?
It's been great. You couldn't ask for a better place, and the people here at the stockyards have been nothing but friendly.
Now, so far, everything's great and all that, but this is your first year to do this.
First year to do it.
Here in the stockyards.
Uh-huh.
So is there anything that you think, next year if we do it here, we're going to change this?
Well, to be real honest with you, what we did was we wanted to get a lot of people here that hadn't been to Texas. We shoot all over the country. My wife and I have the opportunity to travel. And so we met a lot of people, made a lot of friends, and we wanted them to see what this side of Texas looked like.
Okay.
We've been to Odessa for matches, and Gainesville, north of Fort Worth, and Odessa is a different kind of Texas. Gainesville is a different kind of Texas.
Yeah.
This is a different kind of Texas, and we wanted them to see what Texas really looked like, real Texas. And then to come back to a place where Fort Worth, where the West begins, and to be in a historic site like this with all the buildings and the people and everything else, it's great. We didn't expect this big of a turnout. And it's been great. It's a good problem to have.
When I was invited, Dusty and I are friends, and he invited me to come down here. I thought, okay, I'll come down and do a little footage and do a very short promo on this. And when I got down here yesterday and saw the magnitude of this, I thought, I can't do some little 5-minute thing on this. This has got to be a lot more in depth than that. And so that's, I was so glad that y'all had a big day today where I had the time to come back and spend more time with more people today.
Well, and we try to support all the other clubs. Cowboy Fast Draw in Texas is actually kind of new. We started our club in 2010 down in southeast Texas, and the closest club to us was Gainesville. That's 6 hours away. Or we could go to Odessa, that's 10 hours away.
That's a long haul.
And when you start looking at it, now you go into Tombstone, Arizona. There's around Phoenix, there's a lot of clubs. In Colorado, there's clubs. We're trying to be kind of selfish and get people here to see what's going on and try to get some clubs started here too. Now we've got a new club starting in Louisiana. We've got a new club starting south of Houston. We have another club that just started north of Houston. We'd love to get something going here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Fort Worth particularly. It's a lot of fun. It's a family sport, and that's what we wanted to do, was get people here. So we travel around and we support the other clubs, and so in return they've come here to support us, which I really appreciate them doing that. We've got people from California, from Oregon, from Washington State, from Idaho, Kentucky, Missouri. I mean, we've got all over the United States. So that's great. To answer your question about what we do a little different, we do it again next year. I think we're going to try to have more ranges, maybe 3 ranges, so we can run it a little quicker and we don't run into later in the day like we're doing today.
Yeah, you were here a long time yesterday.
Yes,
oh man, I'm thinking, wow, they are putting in a long day.
But it's a sport that once people get hooked on it, and it doesn't take much to get hooked, as long as there's ammunition out there and that light's blinking, they're shooting. I mean, they just want to keep going. I think they would have shot all night long.
I know you're tired.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but you're also still probably hyped.
Oh yeah.
It's things like this are fun, but they can be just so exhausting, and then the hype and the exhaustion.
Oh, it is.
You know, when I go to something like this and it's out of town, I just have a hard time sleeping. I know you're exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sleeping?
No, no, and a lot of it's worried about, do you have enough ammunition loaded? Is this going to happen right? Is our chuck wagon going to show up? And here this weekend, is it going to rain? Is the sun going to shine? What are we going to do? So it's all come together. I couldn't ask for better weather. I couldn't ask for better conditions. I mean,
the
it's
weather's
perfect.
been beautiful.
Perfect.
You know, and
Perfect.
when we looked at the forecast for days and days, it said it was going to rain every day. That y'all were going to be here,
Yep.
and then the skies cleared up, and we have about 75 degrees.
Yeah.
It's instead of, you know, it could be 100.
Yep,
But
it could be.
It is gorgeous weather down here.
It's beautiful, and it turned out great. And our chuck wagon guy got everything set up.
He even made ice cream.
He did.
He did.
And that's what we wanted. We wanted a good chuck wagon cowboy. I mean, this was a cowboy event. We wanted cowboy cuisine and the whole 9 yards. So I'm real pleased with this. I think if we do it again next year, I think we'll get a lot of support again. I know that the owner of Cowboy Fast Draw is just real excited about it. He thinks that it turned out great. It's good publicity for Cowboy Fast Draw. It's also good publicity for the Stockyards in Fort Worth. And I mean, what better place to have a gunfight than in downtown?
And for
Fort Worth?
firearms.
That's right.
And for firearms. You know,
right.
that firearms don't need to be pushed aside.
No.
And, you know, they're out here in the middle of the public showing people that
You can do it
that
safely.
this is a sport.
Yeah.
And that this is safe, and it's a sport, and a firearm's not something to be feared. It's a tool, like something
It
else.
is, and they could be dangerous, but
Yes.
what you find out with
Cars are dangerous.
cars are dangerous.
Swimming pools are dangerous.
Yep. But when you look at it, and like I told you the other day, it's safety first, fun second, competition third. The competition's always there, but the fun is the stuff that brings people back. To see people on the line shooting against each other, and win, lose, or draw, there's always a handshake or a hug when it's over.
Yeah, I've seen some of that. I've seen, you know, the losers, you know, handshaking the others, and just,
Oh, it is.
you know, just a lot of camaraderie.
It is. It really is. And it's like, okay, I've got you on my list for next year. So, you know, I owe you one, but I owed you from last time. So, you know, there's a lot of that.
So how have you done?
I'm still in it for tomorrow.
How many X's you got?
I have three.
3 X's.
3 X's. So that's good. I'll be able to shoot tomorrow, which is good. Under the circumstances, with all this ripping and running, I'm surprised I'm still in. But it's, you know, I'm a pretty consistent shooter. I'm not as fast as some of these guys, and that pays off. So
Dusty's got a fast. He's out.
Oh, he's out.
He's out, but he said he's got the fastest time
he
so
does
far.
have the fastest time, and that's what Dusty is after. Is fast.
That's what he's all about, is the fast
It's the
time.
fast.
He says I get the fast time almost everywhere I go.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I asked him about his name. I said, why do they call you part time? He says, because I only hit it part of the time.
That's right. But if he ever turns to full time, we're in trouble.
Yeah, he's very
Because
fast.
he is lightning fast.
Let's talk about your gun. What kind of
Yeah.
gun you use?
I use a Ruger new Vaquero.
Okay.
It's kind of my backup gun. I've got a Puma Westerner that's made by the Pieta company, but they and it's a Colt clone.
Yeah.
But they don't make that particular gun anymore. Parts are hard to find, and it's wearing out. And as much as I like it, just from the use, I'm having a hard time finding parts for it. But I actually like it better than this Ruger. It's a little bit lighter and a little bit smoother.
We don't want Ruger to hear that.
Oh, no. I mean, hey, as a matter of fact, I've got 5 Rugers and 1 Puma.
Yeah, 1 Puma.
And
you know, I got a Taurus.
Yeah.
45 single action.
Yeah.
They're pretty rare.
Yeah, they don't make them anymore.
No, my brother had it. My brother's got a gun store, and he had it, and I saw it, and I did a little research on it, and I thought, man, this is a rare gun.
Yeah.
You know? And it wasn't so much that it's worth a lot or anything. It's just a
No.
rare gun. So I picked it up from him, and it's a nifty gun.
Oh, yeah.
I like
yeah.
it.
Well, I've got 2. My wife shoots a Ruger. I've got 2 Rugers. My grandson shoots. He shoots a Ruger. My granddaughter shoots a Ruger. So there's your plug for Ruger.
Yeah, well, we have several Vaqueros. I've got a new model Vaquero. My daughter has several special mounted shooting Vaqueros.
Yeah,
And we have several. I am a big Ruger fan.
Oh,
We
yeah.
also have some old Rugers. I've got an old, my wife has I guess it's about a 6-inch, maybe 7-inch barrel Ruger single action 22, an old model.
Mhm.
And we've had that for years.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I love Ruger.
Well, I tell you, and they're very hard to break. And if you do break them, Ruger fixes them for you.
They sure will. They're very good about that.
Yeah, they are.
You know, we've got Rugers, we've got Colts. I am a Colt fan too.
Yeah.
I love my Colts.
Well, and I like Colts too. It's just they get very expensive.
They are expensive. You know, that's true. They really are. But
So I'd love to have one, but not yet.
not yet. So let's talk about your holster rig.
Yeah. Well, part-time made my holster for me. It's
I hear that from several people.
There's more than several. All of our club Big Thicket Bushwhacker guys, he does everything for us. Some of them go other places. He's very reasonable priced. He makes a very pretty holster. He'll do whatever you want. And the big thing about it is a real quick turnaround. A lot of these holster companies, it takes you 2 to 3 months to get anything from. With part-time, it's within a week.
Oh my goodness.
2 weeks max.
Wow.
So there you go. So if you're looking for a holster, Crease and Corral, Dusty Damerel, give him a call.
He's a fast shooter and a fast holster
shooter.
maker.
I tell you what, I haven't met a man with as much talent as that young man has. Very impressive.
He seems to be all in with whatever he's doing.
He is 100%, and he's into a lot of stuff, and he's 100% into it. He makes whips, he makes saddlebags, he makes knives, he makes knife sheaths. I mean, and it's quality product, good stuff. Couldn't say enough about Dusty and his holsters. My wife uses one. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3.
Gentleman George.
Yeah.
So how'd you get that name?
Well, it was my wife. I'm a real friendly, outgoing type person. And when you start looking for an alias, you want something that kind of fits you. I don't know. I feel like I'm a gentleman. I play the game fairly. I open the door for the lady. I'm kind of an old-time guy, and I think you should be respectful of the ladies. And so that just kind of was it, and that's what stuck.
So Gentleman George.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's great. So I got one more question for you. When it comes to these events, you know, to a match, what is it that excites you the most, gets you the most hyped up, the most excited about going to another match?
The people. You know, like you said, the fun part of it is just great. Seeing people, you develop a relationship with these people that, I don't know, there's just something special about it. And the shooting is kind of secondary. I mean, it's fun, the competition's fun, but you know, when you walk off the line, sitting down to eat with them, talking with them in between rounds, that's where it is. That's what makes me go.
Well, we can't thank you enough for all your hard work of bringing Cowboy Fast Draw to the Fort Worth Stockyards.
Well, thank you.
I really hope that it's found a home here.
I do too, and hopefully we can. We have a national championship. It's a bid deal every 2 years. So this year it's in South Dakota. Next year it's in Colorado, and who knows? Maybe you can see the national championships right here in Fort Worth. Never. Stranger things have happened.
Well, that would be wonderful,
Yeah.
and we're so happy to have you here. Like I said, and we're just glad that you're doing what you do and helping keep this alive.
Cool.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for being on our show,
Yeah, no problem.
and thank you so much again for what you do for firearms and for the sport of it, and for even the single action thing. So we really appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Everybody here has a shooter's handle, a nickname. What is your name?
Lily Younger.
Lily Younger?
Mm-hmm.
So how did you come by that nickname?
Well, my husband gave it to me.
What's his nickname?
I don't know what his name is.
You don't? And you're married to the man.
Yeah, I forget his real name sometimes.
How long have you been doing fast draw?
About a year.
About a year. And you do shoot, right?
Yes.
You've got a very, very nice, is this the outfit you use all the time, or?
Well, I just got it for Christmas. So.
You did. Well, it looks like a wonderful Christmas present.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, his name is Levi.
Levi.
Levi
Is
Younger.
Levi. I am so glad his last name is Younger.
Me too.
So, what kind of guns do you shoot? Are you using Vaqueros?
Yeah, that's what I have right now.
Vaqueros. All right. So you enjoy this?
Oh yes, I do. It's a lot of fun.
How many rounds do y'all go to a year?
Well, I hadn't counted them, but it's an awful lot.
An awful lot?
Yeah.
Do you travel far?
No, we haven't really. Since this is our first year, we went to one small town. It was about a 2-hour drive, and shot a little or something like this. But it was just one day, you know. And then we come to this, which is not very far because we live just north of town.
Where'd you get your holster? Or how many different holsters do you have?
I have two because one of them wasn't any good, and
What was
I
bad
was
about
going to
it?
get it fixed, and then my husband didn't like his either, so he got one fixed, and so far I have one in his bag. There is a gentleman in our club that makes holsters and belts and everything. So
And I'll bet
we
y'all
get 'em
keep you
made
pretty
by-
busy.
Yes, we do.
Down here, it's a 4-day event. You started
Yes.
on Thursday.
Yes.
And so we were here Friday. This is Saturday, and you'll be here tomorrow probably too. Okay. So how have you done?
I haven't been shooting this time.
Oh, you haven't?
No, because we had a bunch of things happen at home, and so I told him, you shoot, and I'll just take care of this, you know, and then I'll start again after this big shoot. So.
All right. Okay. What's the most exciting thing about this?
I think it's the people, the majority of the people, and that they bring their children, and that they teach them what a gun's for, you know, and how to be careful with it, and know how to handle it and all that stuff. So many kids don't know, you know, and they get a hold of a gun, there's no telling what will happen.
Yes.
These boys and girls won't do that.
No, they won't.
They won't grow up and do that.
It's a good thing to know what a real firearm is right from the beginning.
That's right.
That's good. All right. Well, yeah, and I have one more question for you. What got you and your husband involved in this?
Oh, well, it's kind of sad. I have a nephew that lived in Colorado and was with this Colorado group. And we got a phone call one day that he had a heart attack and passed away.
Oh, good.
And so we went up there with my sister, you know, to be at the funeral with them and everything, you know. And we decided during that time that the people there were so nice. The people in this club, they all came. They read letters talking about him and how good he was and everything as a person, you know. And then we decided that we was going to join in honor of him.
I thank you very much for being with us here on Westerns on the Web online. Thank you so much for being on camera with us. Thank you for being a part of it, and we are so excited that Cowboy Fast Draw is here in the Fort Worth Stockyards.
Thank you very much.
All right, everybody in this has an alias, or a handle, or a nickname. What's your nickname?
Comeback kid.
Comeback Kid.
Yes, sir.
How'd you get that name? How'd you pick it?
I didn't pick it.
You didn't pick it?
It was given to me. Start off, at the beginning of the match, normally I'd run off the bat getting X, you know. I'd start off shooting real slow and I'd be able to make a good comeback at the end, win it or place high or something like that.
So yeah, now I had to wait on you to get done with the competition. So how'd you do?
I got an X. So
Got an X.
Time to make a comeback.
Yeah, it is time to make a comeback.
Time.
Okay. All right, well, let's talk about Cowboy Fast Draw. How long have you been in it?
Around 4 years now.
4 years. Well, you don't look like an old timer to me. How old were you when you started?
I started when I was 13.
13.
Yes, sir.
So let's see, if I can still add, that makes you around 17 now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why'd you get involved?
Well, actually, my grandpa, Texas Railroader, he got me involved when I was 12, 13, and he got my family to come out there, and my whole family does it now. And we met like a new shooting family, and we're all friends there, so we just stuck to it, you know, good people.
There is a bunch of good folks. We've met a bunch of nice folks here with this, and we've done this just a little bit, and it's fun.
It's fun.
It's real fun, and there's a hype, you know.
It's challenging for yourself, you know, kind of beat yourself to beat your own time.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about your gun. What kind of gun you use?
I use a Ruger Vaquero 45 long Colt, new Vaquero.
Okay, new model Vaquero. What barrel lengths?
4 3/4 Ruger.
Okay. All right. What kind of holster you use?
He was a Mexican drop whip holster. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Where'd you get your holster? eBay. Yeah.
I got a new holster that one of these guys out here made, but I just started shooting with it, and I'm not too practiced with it yet. So
Yeah.
I just went back to the old one for now.
Till you've done some practice.
Right.
Have you won anything?
Uh,
Ever win anything? You win any buckles?
yes, sir. 2 years
Oh,
ago,
what do you got there? What is that?
Texas state champion,
Texas State Champion,
Yes, sir.
2013.
and third.
Oh my gosh, you wear 2 belt buckles. So one's on your holster rig, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what's the other one?
Third in the world junior.
It's what now?
Third in the world junior board.
Third in the world junior.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
That's my first year shooting.
I'm sitting here with a champion. Yeah, you know, and Mudcat had to tell us about you. You're like modest or humble or hiding or something.
Well, you could say that. Maybe.
So, you know, a lot of the guys that I've talked to, you know, they're older. They're probably about my age, you know, or a little older than me, maybe a little younger. But you're pretty young. You're 17 years old. So different things bring different people into this. Tell me, what attracted you to fast draw? I mean, are you a fan of the old Western movies? Or you tell me what the attraction really was.
Well, I grew up in Texas, and that's all about Western.
That's right.
And that's where I've been set my key and heart on. You know, we have animals at my home, where I came from, Beaumont. But I don't know. I always like the cowboy stuff, just like every other little boy.
Mhm.
And I took key to it because, you know, competition's my thing. I'm humble, but I like to test myself, you know, more than others, just to see how fast I can get hitting that target. And plus, Cowboy Fast Draw offers scholarships.
Oh, they do?
Yes, sir.
What kind of scholarships?
Shooting for the stars, though. I think you have to shoot for it. Honestly. Maybe.
Okay.
I talked to the lady earlier about it, so I'm getting into it.
Well, you're at that age then, right now, to be thinking about that sort of thing. All right. Who are you? You know, you know a lot of these people. You've been in this a while. Who are you scaredest to go up against?
I have to say Lightning Jesse.
Lightning Jesse. I had met Lightning Jesse. Is Lightning Jesse here?
He's here. He's
He
clean.
he is.
He has no exes.
No exes. Wow. How old of a fella is Lightning Jesse?
He's a middle-aged guy, about my dad's age, and he taught me how to shoot.
Oh,
Came
did
out
he?
and gave me some private lessons.
Oh, so, you know, of course, you know, the student scared to death to go up against the teacher, huh?
They don't call him Lightning for nothing. He's fast.
That's great. I would love to talk to Lightning Jesse.
He's over
Think
there.
he'd talk to me?
You should pull him out so he'll miss a couple rounds, maybe forfeit, so I can get up there in his spot.
Yeah, you know, right now it's probably getting shorter and shorter between his rounds since he doesn't have any exes.
Yeah, he's on cloud 9 right now. We need to push him back down to 82.
So, what is the thing that hypes you up, that gets you the most excited of when you know you're going to go to a match? Tell me what is the most exciting thing to you?
Well, look where we are. We're here in Fort Worth Stockyards, Texas, and there's cowboy stuff everywhere. Like I love, just as a little kid, you know, anybody'd love it here. There's horses and stuff walking down the street.
I love
But,
the stockyards.
Right, but fast draw by itself, I mean, there's a lot of great people, like I said earlier, and it's like a big family to come see them once or twice a year, like a big reunion. Everybody knows who you are, and nothing better than getting up to come on and see how fast you are, get that jump.
Yep. Yeah, my family, we've done it some, and it's exciting. It's fun. Just to do it, just to compete is just very fun.
Yes, sir.
I hope you do good. It's time for a comeback, right?
Right.